Ooh, Miss Jackie, Miss Jackie. You done slipped all the way back to troublesome Jackie Christie. Just messy. Messy, messy, messy. We see you, Jackie. We see you, girl. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I want up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag in all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Basketball Wives, Season 8, Episode 10. Jackie Christie is back in full effect. Forget all about the nice, calm Jackie that y'all saw that was so nice and motherly and walking around here being the peacemaker. It's all over. It's all over. I said, Jackie, Jackie was slinging that chair and carrying on and just doing the most. And then when she turned around and then she started with Phoebe and she told Phoebe, I heard you said something too. I said, uh-oh. And Phoebe's like, oh, the hell with you. They started. And then she gonna say, come on, come here, little bitch. I said, oh my. I was like, whoa, Jackie. Old Jackie. This is the Jackie that I remember from when I started. Because I didn't start this in the beginning. I didn't start watching Basketball Wives in the beginning of the series. I just came along in the last few seasons. And when I came along, Jackie was a messy bitch. And she had completely changed. Jackie had completely changed. And we're back to the old Jackie. When I first came, Jackie was starting trouble. Everything that came out of her mouth was very sexual. Then she stopped starting trouble. She still did the sex talk all the time. Everything was sexual about her and Doug. Ugh. And then she started, just like chilling and being cool after all that stuff went down with her daughter. I don't think she liked that negative attention, but now I think she's missed it and she wants it back. She wants to be the girl that people were talking about because people don't talk about her anymore. And it was like she flipped the switch. Now y'all tell me whether or not that's what y'all see. Do you think that Jackie got tired of being not talked about as much in the blogs and stuff and she feel like she had to turn up? That's what I got. I was like, wow. Then we go in and OG's coming in because they done put Jackie out. Jackie and her little friends, they like, y'all got to go. Y'all have to go. Then I was laughing because one of Malaysia's cousins, one of the heavy girls, she had done fell over there. I said, "Ooh, bitch, watch it." She done rolled right up. I said, oh, that's all right, girl. Get on that body. I was like, damn. But they put Jackie out, told Jackie, you got to go. We will continue our party on. When Jackie talked to Kristen, Jackie was still way up here. Kristen was like, are you kidding me? And everybody was really confused with Jackie's behavior. OG was on her way in. OG rolled on down, like, what the hell's going on? She gets in there and they're like, yeah, Jackie's like, girl, the party's over. They're like, no. No, we're going in there and party. You're leaving, honey. You're leaving. Also, Shawnee hadn't got there. Shawnee had her little outfit was down. She was literally giving you the whole shake your thing. That she had that whole EU salt and pepper look. It was sharp. I was like, you did that, Shawnee. It was cute. It was cute. It was dead on. But she came in. I was like, okay, cool. And when OG rolled through, then her and Evelyn had a little. I said, well, what the hell? Because then OG's like, girl, I'm mad at you. And Evelyn's like, for what? What did I do? She gonna say, girl, you was talking about my toe. Girl, that toe was hanging over that shoe like that. That was a claw, honey. That ain't no damn toe. That was a claw. I said, Lord have mercy. And Evelyn's like, girl, are you serious? Are you mad at me because I called you Toji? Are you serious? Yes, she's serious, Evelyn. She's serious, and you'd have been mad too if she'd have did it to you, but hopefully you won't get caught out there with your toe hanging over your shoe like that. It was ugly. Toes hanging over shoes like that. That's ugly. Anyway, whatever. But it didn't even become a big thing. They both really laughed it off and kept it moving. And they went, and it seems like after all of that happened, everybody pretty much had a good time at the damn party. I was like, all right, cool. So after that, we seen Thomas and Kristen. She went down and seen him on his lunch break. You know what? I like Thomas. I like his demeanor. His demeanor is very, he kind of evil, but it's real no nonsense. Like, I don't think Thomas will start any trouble, but I get the feeling that he don't mind finishing off some trouble. And I like guys like that. So I was like, oh, Thomas, okay. And it didn't matter who it is. Because he was mad about the shit that went down. He ain't like it. And even the fact that it was Byron, I don't fucking like it. It's like, all right, I like that. Anyway, but yeah, he has had the conversation with Byron. They it didn't just schmooze over. He evil. And they are working on it. They're working on it. He said, we're working on it. And then I was glad to hear Kristen say, she said, you know what? I want to apologize to Byron for the things I said, and maybe that will help as well. And we can move forward. I said, cool. Because it's gone on for pretty much long enough. And, I'm just, don't even get me started on that stupid CeCe. Anyway, but then Jackie, OG, and CeCe got together. And Jackie Christovich, you out of order, right? Jackie sat her ass right up there and lied. Like, I mean, completely lied. Because again, who's going to verify the lie? OG wasn't there. CeCe wasn't there. And Jackie just straight up sat on camera and lied. Sat there and told them she got jumped. Sat there and said it was all a setup. Malaysia had all her family there waiting to jump Jackie. All of that was a lie. Malaysia didn't even know nothing was going on until after she actually got there. Her family and them, they were invited. It was Kristen's party. They're all family. Ridiculous. Absolutely. I just couldn't believe she was sitting there lying like that. I said, oh my God, the old Jackie. And that's when I decided, I said, the old Jackie is back. Like, I think Jackie got tired of being in the shadows. The old Jackie's back. She sat there and completely lied. Said that somebody snuck her and hit her. I think it was a lady. She snuck me and hit me in my head. When, Jackie? When was that? Where's that footage? Roll the beat footage, honey. When was the footage that the lady snuck Jackie and busted her in her head? That's ridiculous. Now, I ain't for all that lying. That's really too much. Too much. And as we kept going with this episode, that damn Jackie, I said, Jackie, you doing all the way too much. Then after that, we saw Malaysia, Jen, Dominique, and Evelyn got together, and they sat down and they called Mr. Anthony from ATL. This whole scene made me very angry. This one, and then there was another scene later on that I got mad with my people, my folks, the LGBTQ community, and the place that you allowed yourself to be played in and shown in. And this pissed me off, and we ain't got nobody to be mad at but y'all, because y'all did this to yourselves. You did this. When I say that the whole messy, mean queen stereotype got played into, and they didn't do it. The heterosexuals did not do it. Mr. Anthony, you did it. You showed up as the messy sissy. You did that. And if anybody called you that, you actually deserved it, because you were. They called him back up on that phone. He's all like, oh yes, oh no. So it was this girl, Ashley, that actually told me what was actually said. It wasn't Jen, it was Ashley. Now everybody's like, who the fuck is Ashley? This first time we heard of Ashley. Who's Ashley? Don't nobody know Ashley. And Ashley said it was Dominique. Now he didn't know Dominique was sitting there. Baby, when I tell you Dominique laid Miss Anthony out, and he gonna try to get real cute with her and call her a bitch and tell her to calm down and don't be hollering at him. Dominique was like, I won't calm down, and you don't know me, and you're out of, or she laid him out. I was so mad with that Anthony. Like, I can't believe you sat up here and starting trouble with people that you don't know and don't have nothing to do with it. And I'm sorry, but I think Miss Christie got something to do with this, y'all. I really do. Something in my gut is saying Jackie, Jackie, Jackie. Something with Jackie and Anthony is just not right. But Anthony, you a damn fool to have Jackie or whoever put you up to it and got you out here looking a goddamn messy ass, queen ass fool on here. You look stupid. I said, oh boy, great job, honey. Great job playing into the stereotype, dummy. Anyway, moving on. Next we see Jackie and OG. Now they down at a little consignment shop. Little furniture rental and consignment little spot. They want to set up for this little court session. They want to play games and make a little court day. And then they decided they're going to trick the girls into coming by doing invitations that are very vague in what it actually is. But it did include the word Ponderosa on it. And Phoebe's the one. First of all, Phoebe wasn't even invited. Phoebe had met up with Evelyn, and they were talking about it. And Phoebe was like, what the hell is a Ponderosa? And that's when Evelyn was like, that's a word that Jackie says. So I don't know what the hell they're up to, but, whatever. So Evelyn done invited Phoebe. Phoebe wasn't even invited because OG did the invitations. So she's like, I ain't inviting that bitch. Anyway, and in that little meeting that Phoebe and Evelyn had, Phoebe said, she didn't like how everything went down. And she didn't like the fact that she was screaming and yelling with Jackie and that she felt like she should have more respect for Jackie. Whatever, Phoebe. You kind of backpedaling, pussy popping, and being all over the place. It don't really, this age thing, who cares? I'm not with the age thing. If somebody young is trying me, I'm going to cuss you out. And if I do something to you, then by all means, cuss me the fuck out. I mean, that age thing is crazy because you can't have it both ways. I see it a lot because I'm on social media, and it generally comes up when I light somebody up. When I really go in and light somebody up, then I'll get that. Oh, because there's no they'll have no comeback. They'll go to you're too old to be doing that. But then at the same time, you have to remember, if I'm too old to be really lighting up and dragging people on the internet, then aren't the people who I'm too old to be dragging out of order for having their young ass trying to bother me to make me drag? So you can't have it both ways. A lot of double standards. So the whole age thing, Phoebe, throw that mess on out the door. You are into a little situation where you and Jackie y'all are in this little group, and she came for you, you coming for her. The age thing don't matter. I don't know where you're going with it. Girl, just say you don't like Jackie and you don't want nothing else to do with her, because that's basically what was being said, is that you don't choose to really deal with Jackie no more. And it ain't got nothing to do with age. She just ain't your type of chick. And that's all there's to it. But the age thing, that's just another dig that you were throwing, really. It's a dig you were throwing. Throw the dig and keep it moving. But at the same time, don't try to use it that she's too old to be lighting you up, because if she's too old to light you up, you too goddamn young to be disrespecting her. You can't have it both ways now. Go sit down. Anyway, moving on. Byron and CeCe. Oh, here we go. More proof that CeCe is a fucking idiot. CeCe sitting with Byron, telling him about what's going on, and then she's telling him about the little thing, and she's all excited. Now you can see it all over her, because you know she don't be at everything. She was all excited about the court thing, because you know Jackie running this court thing. Jackie got it in her mind. She's getting ready to go here. They get ready to do this little court thing. She done basically told OG. I don't know if y'all got it, but she done basically told OG how it's gonna go. I'm gonna cuss her out like this, and I'm gonna tell her this, and I'm gonna embarrass her like this, and this, that, thing, and the other. Really, Jackie? Really, bitch? And she got it all ready, and CeCe's just as excited. Just as excited about it. She was excited all the way up until the point that Byron told her that she couldn't go. Ah! You are an idiot! You sat right there on national television and showed that you ain't shit. You ain't shit in that household, you stupid ass. You're not going. Oh, I'm not going. No, you're not going. I said, how old is you, boo? He just tells you where you going or where you ain't going. And you ain't even married yet, right? Good luck with that. I wish a motherfucker would. You're not going. And that was the end of the that's the end of the conversation. Yeah, girl, you're doing real good for yourself. You're an idiot. Moving on. I told you I don't like CeCe or Byron. I don't like neither one of them. I don't like no man to try to control no woman like that, telling her where she can go and where she can't go and what she can say and what she can't say. I don't like nobody controlling like that. I don't like it. I don't like it. And I don't like no dumbass woman that even goes for dumb shit like that. The two of them deserve each other. They're both stupid. Moving on. Jackie and Jen. They sit down. Now y'all know I don't like Jennifer. Y'all know that. I honestly believe Jennifer is innocent. And I'm actually glad. I'm actually glad that Jennifer is not guilty in this situation. But Jackie she was literally trying to throw this all together. She's mishmashing all this together and putting this on Jen. She really was trying to put Jen in this. And I really don't. Jennifer is a liar and all them different things, but I honestly don't believe that Jennifer has anything to do with this Anthony stuff and this stuff in Atlanta. I don't believe Jennifer said nothing about Malaysia. I don't. I believe that the first time she ever actually heard anything about this is when Jackie brought it up to her. I believe that, and I could be wrong, but And when Jennifer said to her, girl, it's funny, he talking about this one, talking about that one, got something to say about these people he don't even know, but he ain't said nothing about you. He talk about Dom, he talk about Malaysia, but he don't, some Ashley ain't nobody never heard of, but he ain't say nothing about you, Jackie. That's strange. I said, sounds like guilt to me, honey. I said, But yeah, Jackie trying to wrap it around Jennifer. I said, I ain't buying that, Jackie. I don't like it. I don't like what I'm seeing. Anyway, moving on. Evelyn had a sit down with Gigi, which is Chad Ochocinco's daughter. She got to be a big old girl now. She comes and Evelyn, it was nice. You know, she's glad to see her. And Evelyn was apologizing to her because, you know, basically when she became her stepmother and everything, she had always told her that she would always be there for her and stuff. And after the divorce, she wasn't. She literally wasn't. The little girl was 14. She went on off and she didn't see her no more. And Evelyn said she felt really bad and she was apologizing to her for that. And it was nice because the little child was very receptive to the apology and very mature about it, and seems as though she really understood what was going on. She even apologized about, how things came up in the show and her dad's name got drug and all of that. And the little girl was very, very mature with it. And I was like, well, good job. It was touching. That was touching. Anyway, so let's go to court. Let's go to this little court thing. This little court thing was a mess. It was a whole mess. And why is that D on there again? Now let's talk about this other thing that I didn't like. Because this was another time in this episode that I got pissed off with my LGBTQIA folk. Dion, you're an asshole. You're an asshole and you look terrible. You look terrible in this scene. And I had gotten so angry with him, I wanted him to let me over there so I could take a smack him in his head. He was so out of order. First of all, he ain't even had a business being there. There was no purpose in him being there. This really was a Ponderosa, all women, and they having their thing going. He had no reason to be there. And Jackie, he's your friend, so you already know how he is and you know how he go. I saw enough of him at that roller skating rink to know that he don't need to be there in any type of heated debate between a bunch of women, because he got no chill, and he don't know where his limits are and what side of the street he playing. He don't know. He don't know what side of the street that he's supposed to be on. And you should be on the side of the street of shut the fuck up, because they ain't got nothing to do with you. Jackie has it going on with these women. These women ain't got no affiliation with you, fucker. And I didn't like it. But Jackie told him from the door, don't say nothing unless I call upon you. Well, Jackie never even got a chance to call upon him. He was disrespectful. He broke out there and called them motherfucker. All of them. He was going back and forth with Evelyn, and it wasn't even heated. You know what I mean? Him and Evelyn was just having a couple words back and forth, and she said, well, what do you even have to do with it? And he's like, she told you, motherfucker. I said, oh, no. And then, Evelyn, and she's like, who's you cussing at? And it just blew all up. But, like, I can't sit here and say for sure that if there was no security, that he wouldn't have smacked Evelyn or Shawnee or any of them. He just had that disposition, like he would have really put his hands on one of them, and I wasn't here for it. I mean, it wasn't, nobody hit you, dude. Like I've told y'all before in the past, if I don't want anybody hitting anybody if necessary. Now, I ain't getting that. If women got to keep their hands to themselves. You can argue, y'all can fuss, y'all can do all of that. But you got to keep your hands to yourself, because if you put your hands on one of these gay men, they're going to knock you. It just is what it is. And at that point, you deserve it. You got to keep your hands to yourself. And I ain't never going to change on that. If you pass a lick, you'll get a lick, period. But we ain't got no business passing no licks first. We don't. It don't work like that. It just doesn't. There's no purpose in it. What is the purpose in me smacking you around like I don't know I can overpower you? There's no purpose in that. What are you getting out of that? I couldn't get it. And I was so mad with him. I wanted to punch him in his mouth so bad. So bad. Because he was just so unnecessary. And he was so aggressive. And it wasn't even warranted or necessary. You madder than Jackie. Sound to me like you mad about something else. What you mad about, bitch? He was carrying on. They got him. I said, that's a mess. And then when Shawnee said to him, come on, dude, seriously, are you crazy? Like, these are women. You are a man. These are women. And I'm like, Sean, you ain't even got to explain that to him. He's out of order. He really is. And, you know, I stand for what's right. If he was right, I'll argue y'all down to the ground about one of my LGBTQ people. But boyfriend was wrong. Dion, you were wrong. You're an asshole. And I would have loved to be somewhere where I could have smacked you because you deserved it. You were so out of order. And then when Shawnee said, You're you're a male and they're females and there's no purpose. You ain't even got no reason. Why are you acting like this? And he gonna say, I'm gender, what did he say? I'm genderless, bitch. What about that? I said, let me over there on him. You know, I mean, just unnecessary. Unnecessary. He needs smack, and so did Jackie. Jackie needs smack for bringing him, because you know who he is. You know who he is, and you know how he feels about whatever it is he really got going on, because there's some more to what he got going on. Probably some shit Jackie done drummed up and done told him. Like some, you know what I mean? Some of that old mess where you done dogged everybody out, made it feel like everybody's against you, and now you done brought his old defensive big rockhead ass in there, and he ready to attack these women. Smells like Jackie Christie to me, too. You know, I'm about sick of you, Jackie, already. Couple episodes, and you really done went all the way back. You in full effect with your bull crap. Anyway, so they doing a little thing, and then Malaysia turned that thing around on Jackie, and they had Malaysia talk, and when Malaysia spoke, Jackie looked like a whole fool, and she knew it. And she knew it. And that's why she got all mad and said, fuck that, and I'm out of here. How you leaving your own function, Jackie? How you look? Because you looking foolish. Malaysia made her look like a whole fool. And she put everything on the table, put everything out there. And yeah, Jackie, you did actually spread the rumor. You spread the rumor, and I believe at the core of it, you had something to do with it. But the whole thing about how it got to the collective, we actually sat and watched. We watched it as it went down. There were some people was arguing about it in my chat last week about it. I'm like, whatever. Jackie was the busybody that went to individual groups until she made her whole way around that whole group of basketball wives and made sure everybody knew what was said about Malaysia. The stuff was spread by Jackie Christie. Period. Point blank. Malaysia pointed it out, and Jackie looked a fool. She knew it, down to her own Ponderosa, and had to grab her a set of wings and get on up out of there because she looked crazy. And that's where it ended out. We're going to go. I'm out of here. Next week, I usually don't even mess with the little previews and stuff, but it looked like in the previews, Jackie still had it. I swear I think Jackie got tired of not being in the spotlight. Jackie want to be on Twitter and Instagram, I believe. I believe that's what was going on. Jackie Christie, bitch.